to Green-Eyed Starlet. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Brandy and I'm working to live a life worth living through art, movement, and exploration. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video, for joining me, for spending some quality time with moi. And no, it is not cold enough outside to wear this sweater, but you know what? I'm really trying to live my best fall life indoors, at least today. So here we are, cardigan and all, and I'm living my best fall life inside. So as many of you know, and if you don't know, you're about to know, I really put my all into October. I created an entire new schedule that I was going to work off of and all this stuff, and I really wanted to push myself to see what I was capable of, or to see what my limit was. And not really in a bad way or a good way, I guess, but just to really observe myself and how I work with this new schedule and how I work with really being determined to do something. I was completely okay if I didn't get everything on my list that I wanted to get done, but I also wanted to be real with myself and show up in places where I was like, okay, could I have done a little bit better here? And while I've shared a lot of that with you guys, I shared how I planned out my October and other things, I wanted to be really honest with you guys and show both sides of the coin, because while I think it is amazing and great to have goals and to be determined and work towards those things, I wanted to show the opposite side, or the opposite side of the coin, and show how I managed to stay sane during this month and how I showed up for myself each and every day with little things of self-care that I could do every single day. Did I do all of these things every single day? Absolutely not. I would not have any time in the day to do anything else. But these were just small little ways that I could do every other day, or here or there, mix and match, to keep me sane and to show up for myself and be like, hey, here's some self-care for all the work that you are doing. So to make sure that you guys know that you do not have to work yourself to death, to make sure that you know it is okay to take a break and that your worth is not completely tied to your productivity or your efficiency or what you can do in this world, I wanted to share with you some of the ways that I practice self-care in the month of October. If that sounds like something you would be interested in watching or talking about, then make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, because it helps out me and the channel a lot, and we truly appreciate it. We meaning me and my channel. And keep watching. So I think right off the bat, it's important to remember that self-care can show up in many different ways. Even from person to person, you can have multiple different ways that self-care is expressed for you. Like some days, self-care for me could look like not getting out of bed at all, or maybe staying in bed all day and playing video games. Some days I can make it out to the couch, but then I lay on the couch all day, and that's self-care. Other days I get out and I go for a run, or I go to the gym, and that is self-care for me. There are so many different forms of self-care, and none are more valuable than others. I don't think any of them hold a higher value of self-care than another. It really depends on what you need on that day at that time. This is where it becomes so critical to be able to listen to yourself and listen to your body and your mind and your emotions and see, hey, we feel a little off today. What do we need today? Or hey, we feel a little off in this moment. What can we do to improve that? Or what can we do to help those emotions move through us a little bit better? Because it's also important to remember that self-care is not like a cure-all. There's nothing that can completely fix us when we are having a bad day, or when we are feeling a little bit down or unmotivated or unfocused. Sometimes we just have to ride out these emotions, and that is completely and totally okay. I think a lot of us have been taught, me included, and I'm starting to unlearn it and relearn new habits, that just because we're having a bad day doesn't mean that we shouldn't be working, that we shouldn't, push through that so that we can get to the other side. Some days are hard, and we just need to sit with that and do nothing. And I know personally, I feel really crappy about myself when I feel like I haven't gotten anything done in a day, but sometimes those days are important, and sometimes those days are necessary. But I think it's also possible to use self-care almost as a preventative measure, and doing things daily can help promote a better sense of mindfulness, or a better sense of self-love, or a better sense of self-awareness, or any of these things. Like, I know for me, reading, journaling, meditating, yoga, these are some amazing things that have kept me sane in the most crazy times of my life. Journaling, for sure, has been one of those things that has probably saved my life more times than I actually truly realize. It's just a place that I am completely and 100% safe. Not to say that I'm not safe talking to some of my friends and family, but that is just a place where I can literally say, for lack of a better word, the deepest, darkest things of my mind and soul goal and know that no one's gonna judge me for those. Know that I can work through those things on my own and not be, you know, prompted by someone else's reaction to what I'm saying or what I'm thinking. I know that makes it sound like my journals are really dark and disturbing. I promise you they're not. But it's just that thing where, yes, you feel comfortable talking to other people, but journaling just really, truly helps. And a lot of the times it allows me to pinpoint what's actually stressing me out if I am having a stressful day. Because a lot of the times I think, oh, like, it's just so much things I have to do. I've overloaded my plate. But then actually what's stressing me out is that, you know, I didn't get enough sleep the night before. Or I feel bad because I didn't get something that I was supposed to get done yesterday and now it's on my plate today, and I feel like, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to get anything done because I didn't get anything done yesterday, blah 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 blah. Obviously meditation and yoga have been a huge part of my life for the last 5 or 6 years now. Meditation is a daily thing that I swear I take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but I find it to be a really great way to show myself some self-care and to show up for myself, because that one is not the easiest one out of my bunch, but it definitely is one where I'm like, okay, if I can do that, then I'm showing up for myself and I'm being here. Another thing that is huge for me personally on the, you know, daily self-care routine docket thing, list of things to do, is my grooming or my hygiene stuff. Like, for me, showering is like a gift. I don't know, like, I talk about this all the time, so I'm sorry if it's become so repetitive, but I feel like when I get a moment to, you know, take a shower, or even if I do get the time to take a bath, stuff like that, those are little nuggets where it's just me, you know what I mean? I can just zone in, zone out, however you choose here. It almost is kind of like a meditative thing for me personally. I know some people feel like a meditative state when they run, or, you know, when they listen to music or dance and stuff like that. Showering and being in the water, that is it for me. I even really enjoy doing like face mask and, you know, shaving my legs or doing hair masks, stuff like that. I know we don't do every single day, and I know there's not enough time to do it every single day, but for me, I really truly do enjoy doing that. And in 2020, showering has probably been the part of self-care that I've spent the most time on, or that I can like rely on the most. Just so good. Some other things that fall under the category of self-care that I do on a daily basis or a semi-daily basis or whatever have you is things like cleansing my space. I like to use a cleansing spray mostly, but sometimes I'll do a smoke cleanse as well. Making sure that I am drinking enough water, making sure that I'm eating, because I do go long periods of time and then realize I'm like, oh, I haven't eaten much today. So making sure of those things, really regulating my schedules and stuff like that, because I do work from home and things aren't really on anybody's time except for mine. So making sure that I have a regulated schedule, getting enough sleep, things like this might seem like just everyday normal things, but they are things that attribute to your self-care and how well you are taking care of yourself. I mean, sometimes self-care is just laying with my cat and just cuddling, you know? There is no right or wrong answer to self-care. I guess as long as it's not hurting anyone or yourself, there's no wrong answers to self-care. Obviously, there are so many other ways that I didn't even think to touch on in this video of ways to practice self-care and to show up for yourself. If you have something that I didn't mention in this video that is like your go-to self-care thing or really high up there on the list, please pop those down in the comment box down below. And if you guys would ever like to see like a self-care day routine, I don't do them very often, but when I do, I go all out. Like, it's a morning to night thing. If you guys would like to see a vlog type video on that, also leave that down in the comment box down below. But I do truly hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you're not already, and ring the bell notification so you know of the next time that I upload. Like I said, this will be the last video for October on this channel, which is super sad, I know, but next Saturday is Halloween, which is super exciting! Happy Samhain for anybody who celebrates Samhain, and many blessings to all. I love you guys so incredibly much. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and I will see you right back here on this channel on November 7th. Be here or be squared. Or you can be both. That's up to you completely. I love you guys. Bye!